All right, everybody, welcome to SR Broadcasting. We're here tonight with DieHARD Racing League. We got the Chicagoland Speedway 133 lapper going on. This is going to be in memory of David Cater. I'm here tonight with Steve, and I believe Wingnut is either passed out sleeping or he's got some serious internet issues again. So hopefully he'll get up and be able to join us. If not, I guess we'll catch him in 2 weeks because these guys are off next week. What's up, Steve?
Not a whole lot. Great to be here. Nice, not really a short track, but it's a little smaller than we're used to, and it's got a lot of speed in it. So great, great track. A lot of guys out here. Should be fun to watch, and also a great time to remember David Cater.
Yeah. A lot of guys were saying the track feels a bit tight out here. I was told you can probably do about 57 laps on fuel, but the right front tire is going to burn out pretty quick. Yeah, these guys wanted to put this in memory of David Cater. Most people from iRacing know David Cater just passed away last week. Pretty young guy, too. Had some health issues and did a lot of setup work with iRacing. I know you know a lot more about him than I do, and you actually had a chance to even work with him with your team, right?
Yeah, he did a couple classes for us, and you know, it was pretty amazing. We had one of our other guys on our team actually got in contact with him, and just the willingness and to jump in and do something like that. He was always there for everybody on iRacing. If you needed help, he was there to help you, even though he was a lot better than a lot of us on here. He was always willing to help everyone.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I remember watching a couple of videos I saw on YouTube with him. I think you said it was the iRace for Life. And, you know, he was up there on the stage in the simulator. There was a bunch of people in the audience, you know, question and answers and learning how to do setups and stuff. And that's pretty cool, man. It's a shame, you know, health issues get a hold of you like that. And took him at a young age. But, you know, these guys want to remember him. And so tonight's race is in memory of David Cater. May he rest in peace.
If you're ever looking for questions, you know, answers to questions on iRacing setups, just go onto YouTube, search David Cater. You'll find tons of videos. He's done setups where it was just him on stage. He's done them with Ray Alafala. He's done them with tons of people. So you can go on there and you can learn just about everything there is to an iRacing setup.
Now, like, let me ask you, even though we're, you know, builds past, do a lot of that stuff still apply to, you know, the setups for today?
There's stuff that's been added. So there's still a lot in those videos you can take away and use to build the setups today. There's just certain things that have been added to the setups to make it more in depth. So, I mean, even to this day, you know, videos that are 3-4 years old, you can still learn a lot from.
I need to start watching. I think that's what I'm going to do is start getting on and start watching, because I'm going to be running 2019 in the Cup Series in the open setup, which is something I've never done before, you know, so I really need to learn, man, if I want to be competitive. I had a little help last Thursday from Kurt Davidson. And I took a swing at the car at the very end, man, and I was lucky. I swung it in the right direction. So hopefully, you know, things will work. But it felt good to be competitive all night. Usually I'm not that competitive, and to be up in the top 10 for a good part of the night was definitely a good feeling, man. Ooh, 75 Robert Barris into the wall. Let's go with Seth Schultz around and see what he's got put up. So far, James Brown up in the top. Todd Cray in second. 30.4. I was talking to Seth earlier. He was saying wouldn't be surprised to see a 30.5. Probably really surprising to see a 30.4.
Yeah, you know, really, we talked about it before we started the broadcast here tonight. There are a lot of names up here we normally don't see up front.
Yeah. That's good, though, man. It's nice to see a mix-up. I know a lot of leagues are doing like we're doing and, you know, running the dynamic weather, and then with the track changing and, you know, shadows affecting and everything when the clouds move, it really changes it up. And we've seen some really fast guys struggle and go to the back. You see some guys come out in the beginning of the race not do too good, but then find their way up to the front towards the end. And I think that's cool. I'm a fan of that. I really like that.
You know, the one thing I've always heard, I don't know if you ever go and watch like the NASCAR radioactives or anything, but drivers always say if we're fast during the evening, we're not going to be fast at night. So, you know, it really brings in that factor of you've got to build something that's set up, that's balanced for
Right.
day to night. And
Trying to make use of it for both.
yeah, if you put all your eggs in one basket, it's not going to turn out well.
You're gonna be in the back quick, or packing it up and taking it home.
Yeah, but with these fix sets, you know, they are pretty balanced to begin with. So, you know, it's nice that they don't have to worry about that necessarily in these races, but it's still a challenge because you got to basically drive the track completely different at night.
Yeah. All right, listen, we got a little bit, then a minute and a half left. We're going to quick run our national anthem while these guys finish up qualify, and we'll be right back with the grid. Get these guys going for 133 laps here tonight. So sit tight, everybody. We will be right back.
We are in the land of the free because of the brave. And so we ask by your grace that you would bring them home soon and safe. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
All right, we're back here. These guys just wrapped up qualify, so we are going to get ready to pull up the grid here, and we'll get this race started here tonight. Just waiting for some of these guys to get on the track. James Brown in the number 68 is going to take the pole here tonight, so congratulations to James Brown on the pole. Todd Cray is going to roll off second. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Third is going to be Paul Williams. David Camara is going to roll off fourth. Fifth will be Robert Barris. Thomas McBride will roll off sixth. Seventh is going to be Brad Speidel. Seth Schultz is going to roll off eighth. Ninth will be Nevin Iwitsuru. Jose Tellez will roll off 10th. You want to do 10?
I'll do 11th. Justin Davidson will start 11th tonight. Jason Millis in 12th. Josh Stewart will be starting 13th. Patrick DeSaulnier will be starting 14th. Jay Felton will be starting in 15th tonight. Caleb Thompson back in 16th. Josh Jones in 17th. Adam Matz back in 18th. Kirk Sagert will be starting 19th tonight. Ron Hollifield will be starting 20th.
The 21st will be Bruce Pearson. Curtis Martin going to start 22nd. 23rd will be David Moyer. Robert Dudley is going to start 24th. 25th is Art Peck, and I believe he did his famous backwards qualify. Mike Major will be 26th with the first driver with no time. 27th will be Douglas Hess. Cody Franklin, 28th. 29th, Rusty Farrell. 30th, Adam Lewis. And rounding out the field will be 31st, Kenneth Sagert. So we got 133 laps here tonight, and should be pretty good. Straight through racing. Looks like they were doing pretty good during qualify and practice. And James Brown with a really fast qualify lap, man. Really put it out there.
Yeah, the question's going to be, can he keep that speed up throughout the race here tonight?
Well, like we were saying right before we went to the national anthem, man, it's, you know, it's funny. You see some guys fast in the beginning and then fall off, and some guys, you know, coming forward, man. And it's a really good dynamic to have, because you're not going to have the same guys out here every time just blowing the field away. So I really like what iRacing did with this whole temperature change and, you know, bringing all this transition in.
Yeah, before we head to green, we are sitting at 4:47 p.m. and the latest we'll go is just before 7. So I don't think we'll see any night racing here tonight.
Yeah, we should get pretty cooled down a little bit. Matter of fact, real quick, let me take a look at the temperature. 88 degrees on the track on the start as the pace car goes in. We're going to get ready to get these boys fired up. 133 laps here. And James Brown is on the pedal. These guys are cut loose. James Brown got a pretty good start heading into 1 on that inside line. He should be able to take that spot. And then the 21 of Todd Cray still, oh, there he goes. I was going to say he was trying to poke his nose up there on the outside. Looked like James Brown was able to close that down a little bit. But it's not over yet. Todd Cray, we know, is pretty fast. And here comes the 75 of Robert Barris on the inside of David Camara.
A lot of moving around early here. Those guys are able to go almost flat foot through 1 and 2 on the start, but it's really a battle for position in the corners, as you don't necessarily need that bottom line to make the passes here.
No, if you look too right now, Paul Williams in that number 99, really fighting hard with the 21 of Todd Cray for second. And here comes Robert Barris, going to try and take that fourth place spot, sorry.
We got one spin, and he's able to catch it down on the apron, up into another car.
Oh!
That was the 83.
It's 93, Patrick DeSaulnier with some significant damage. Let me back up real quick. We'll go take a look and see what happened with him. Follow the 93. Oh, it looks like he had a little bit of help from the 76. And then he goes up into the 3, and a couple of other cars, man, get caught into each other. Let me see if I can back us up with the 3 of Bruce Pearson. Yeah, it looked like he had, I don't know if he had to check up or something, and the 76 had a very, very slight contact with him. Why did they put me here? I hate when you ask it for a car and it brings you to a different car. Let's check out the number 3. Bruce Pearson trying to get his way through. He made contact, with the 7 of Ron Hollyfield. Yeah, some guys damaged early on, but should be all right. Still got plenty of time left here. And if I'm right, I believe there is no fast repairs here in DieHard Racing League.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
The guy's going to have to get in there, get some of that damage repaired. We see a couple of guys, faking to go in. We do have a few drivers taking the opportunity to go in early. Take a look at who went into pit road here. Thomas McBride, Nevin Utsuru, Jay Felton, Jason Mullis, Caleb Thompson, Joshua Jones, Kirk Sagert, Adam Matz, Art Peck, Curtis Martin, some of the drivers that did go into pit and get some tires and some fuel. Probably a smart move, because the tires, I heard, burn out pretty quick, the right front. And if some of these guys are going to stretch it, why not stretch it with a few laps fresher tires than the guys that are up in the front?
Yeah, definitely. We do have 11 drivers staying out, but like you said, you know, we've only gone 4 laps, but those tires burn quick, and if you can keep them just a couple more laps underneath you on a fuel run, because, you know, like we said, we're probably not going to see a complete fuel run here tonight. So if you can keep that car under you for as long as possible, you may come out with the win here tonight.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be who can survive the longest on them tires. And, we're going to see guys that are going to stay out and try and stretch that fuel mileage out. But, man, I'm telling you, that car is probably going to be a handful. Let me see if we got any changes in temperature. 89 degrees on the track, so we're rising up a pinch here. So we're into caution number 193. Patrick DeSaulnier looked like he kind of caught a piece of the apron. Had a little tap there from the 76. A couple other drivers got involved with it, and we'll see. Looks like Mike Major and the number 2, Patrick DeSaulnier, both going to be a lap down at the moment, still inside the pits. I believe getting repairs done, yeah. And who's that? Kenneth Sagert in the pits. Where is Ron Hollyfield? I know he was involved in that one. He's catching up to the field. Car don't look too bad. Little bit twisted in the back, but not a whole lot. Hopefully won't affect him too bad. And look, we got James Brown's going to start on the inside, and Paul Williams is going to be starting on the outside at 99. So Paul Williams fighting it out for the second place spot with the 21 of Todd Cray before that yellow came out. So at this point of the race, looks like he's got a pretty quick car.
Yeah, inside line here for James Brown is a good call. When you can almost flat-foot it through 1 and 2 on the starts, that's where you want to be. You want to be down on that inside line, getting as much speed as you can.
We'll probably see a lot of marbles up at the top, too. So if you start going wide, it's going to be tough. Pace car does take that late entrance in. We're waiting for the green flag to come out. Green flag is out. Doing this one more time here. James Brown all the way down underneath the white line, trying to get as much speed as he can to go on in a 1. Todd Cray with a good charge on the inside, looking for second. We'll see if the 99 Paul Williams can do anything on that outside line. Starting to see a couple of other drivers up here. The 5 of Brad Speidel, the 31 Seth Schultz back there closing in. 3 wide, a little bit further back in contact. Wow, good save. I believe that was the 30 of Nevenu Utsuru that had a little bit of contact, got sideways, and he does save it.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3 wide battling going on right now as these guys are still, trying to get into position to make a run, but, it's a little bit aggressive, but if they can get it done, might as well.
Todd Cray just got around the 60 of James Brown. Is going to be the leader across the line. So Todd Cray is going to take over as the leader with a nice clean pass on the inside. And looks like Paul Williams dropping back just a little bit now. He's back to 5th. 75 Robert Barris does get by. And then we have Seth Schultz and Brad Speidel. They were side by side. Schultz had to slow down because the 99 was right there in front. Oh, who was that? 99 was into the wall. I don't think his car's feeling too happy at the moment.
Yeah, we're going to start to see those guys who are getting stuck up there on the high side. As tires wear down, you're going to start losing some grip coming off corners. You can go right into that wall.
And we are still 2 by 2 up here a little bit further back. The 83 of McBride. Now with the 99 on the outside. I believe, who is that? The 35 of Jason Mullis taking a look on the inside of the 24, Jose Tellez. Yeah, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, man. Almost a little bit of contact again back here. I believe that's Caleb Thompson and the 76 of Joshua Jones. They were side by side. They got really close. You couldn't fit a piece of paper between them, man.
Yeah, I was almost for sure they were going to make contact and maybe start to slide there, but no contact, and we keep racing on.
Let's go back. Wow, there's so many cars out here on the track, man. Let's go back a little bit further in the field. 20th place, Curtis Martin up on the outside with Cody Franklin on the inside in that 13. See if Martin can do anything here tonight. Then I saw Art Peck back in 24th. That number 36 got a little bit of damage to the back of the car. Might have got hit checking up. And we have, what's going on up here in the front? David Camara just going by the 68 of James Brown, so he's going to move into second, and they're almost 3 wide as Robert Barris is going to try and make a move now on the 68 of James Brown.
Yeah, I don't think Brown's car is liking the not getting the tires there. He's been struggling ever since the restart. He almost had Todd right on his back bumper on the restart. So we'll see if he can bounce back as the race goes on.
And if you look, Camara, I believe he's about 9 seconds behind Todd Cray. We'll see if he's got anything for him to catch up. Meanwhile, they're still side by side back there for second, third, and fourth. I'm sorry, third, fourth, and fifth. I got my contacts in. You can't tell, though. That's pretty bad.
Brown's really struggling on that high side right now. We're seeing him lose a lot of positions just sitting up there.
Let's jump on the roof of the 7th place car here, Thomas McBride, and look at what's going on up ahead. You can see right in front of him is Speidel, and then right in front of Speidel is James Brown in that 68. And McBride is the first car here with fresh tires, sitting in 7th. Speidel, Brown, Schultz, Barris, Camara, and Cray all are still on the first set of tires here with 16, almost 17 laps on them. McBride's got 11 on his. And you see him right now getting ready to try and make a pass here on the 5 of Brad Speidel. Speidel fighting back on that outside. Oh, man, but into the wall. Man, that's going to hurt. That's going to pull him back a little bit. That lets the 22 of Josh Stewart get by. 83 of Thomas McBride does get by. And now let's see if Justin Davidson in that 20 are going to be able to get by the 5.
Looked like for a second, Brad was going to try to force 3 wide. Didn't realize that the 20 was down there. Had to kind of back it up for just a second.
Yeah, we were watching to see what was going to happen with that. You're going to see that, too. A lot of guys coming out of 4 really pushing a little bit too hard, and the car's going to slide right up into that wall, man. They are still side by side, and even in front of them, McBride now side by side with Stewart. And I believe Stewart's going to take that spot on the inside. See if he can slide it up in front of the 83. Not yet. The 83 fighting back on the outside. And Seth Schultz now moving up to third. He got around. Oh, I'm sorry. He got around David Camara. David Camara went from second back to 4th. Robert Barris now up in 2nd. And I believe Caleb Thompson now on the inside of Speidel, followed by the 11 of Jay Felton and the 20 of Justin Davidson. Speidel is really struggling with that car now that he hit the wall. He is slowly moving back. He's definitely looking for a caution to get in and get some of that damage repaired.
Yeah, we're starting to see with that high line, you know, early on in the run, that high line can make the passes. And we just saw Justin Davidson into the wall on the backstretch. So he's got some damage on that fender as well. But we're seeing those guys on the high line, they are getting stuck out there where they're starting to struggle.
I'm just going back here now. I believe who is that? The 35 of Jason Mullis there. Up in 7th. Robert. Oh, I just saw somebody else up in the wall. I believe that was Caleb Thompson. A little bit of contact with the wall. Josh Stewart now trying to work his way around. Does get by James Brown. So Stewart's going to move up to 5th. Go back up here. Schultz up in 3rd. Robert Barris in 2nd. But they are still 1.6 behind the leader, Todd Cray. Looks like Todd Cray pretty much is able to check out, man. He got up there in the clean air, and he's leading some laps here, man, and putting some time in between these guys.
And just as you say that, look at the track change. We just had some cloud cover come overhead. The track has gotten a little bit cooler here. So we'll see if the guys that have been up front can stay up front now that we're starting to see some track changes.
Yeah, it's so cool to see, man, because, you know, you're not really ready for it, and the car is definitely going to react different. You feel like you're on two different tracks when you go into 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm back here to the 99 of Paul Williams. He's got the 76 of Joshua Jones right in front of him, and then right behind him, he's got the 25 of Rusty Farrell. And then a little bit further back, you got Robert Dudley in that 49, kind of running by himself. Kirk Sager leading these three cars with Ron Hollyfield in 22nd, trying to hang on tight to them. Let's see Mike Major down one lap. He's got some major damage, probably from that first bunch. We probably just didn't see it. Douglas Hess also with some damage on that car. Meanwhile, second, third, and fourth, Robert Barrett, Seth Schultz, and Josh Stewart single file trying to chase down the leader. You go back here, Caleb Thompson, Jason Mullis, James Brown, and Jay Felton. Those guys are side by side, still fighting for position, trying to get everything they can get.
You know, I'm looking right now at where guys started. We only have one guy in the top 5 that started in the top 5 tonight. Biggest mover in that group would be 4th place Josh Stewart, who just moved up to 3rd. He is now plus 10 positions for the night.
Yeah, he is definitely moving forward here, man. He got around Seth Schultz. He's going to set his eyes on Robert Barris and see if he can get up in front of Barris and try and hunt down Todd Craig.
Well, we just had cloud cover, and now it is back to bright track surfaces. So, man, it's you get used to one thing, and then it switches right back.
I'm telling you, that is so cool to see, especially even here just up in the broadcast booth, man, you know, to see the difference. Let's see if Josh Stewart's got anything for Robert Barris, and I believe I saw somebody that was up here in the top going backwards. It looked like David Camara might be backing up just a little bit. He's going to take it down to the inside now, try to get the inside of Caleb Thompson. Back up here. Look at Josh Stewart. Looked like he was going to try and take a run on the outside. He's trying to peek that nose in down on the bottom. Can't get it in there in time. Barris does shut the door. We'll see if he's got anything for him at the end of this stretch. Going into 3. See who's got the better run off of 4 here. We'll see some guys going a little bit too hard and out to that outside wall. Look like they're running pretty much almost an identical line. Stewart down just a little bit lower. Go back here to Jay Felton right now, moving underneath the 72 of Camara. Felton trying to get that 7th place spot from him. And right behind them is Nevin Iwasuru in at number 30.
Well, Paul, we're sitting at 29 laps on almost the whole field, most of the field's tires right now. A couple guys have 25. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. We did hear, 57 laps for a fuel run. I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing them in 4 or 5 laps to even, 10 laps from now. We start seeing pit stops happen.
Yeah, especially some of the guys a little bit further back. Because, you know, it is when you start getting too far away from the leaders, you lose so much time.
Yeah.
Go back up here. Looks like Jay Felton was able to take 7th. Iwasuru going to go to 8th. Camara's going to run back to 9th. And James Brown, started on the pole, is going to be sitting here on the 10th place spot. Speidel is sitting in 11th, and he's got the 76 of Joshua Jones now on the inside. And I believe I see right front fender damage on both of those cars, but it looks like the 76 might have a little bit better run than the 5 is getting right now. The 20 of Justin Davidson also going to try and go around the 5 of Spido. And that's going to put Davidson up to 12th once he makes that pass. And then the 99 of Paul Williams, who we saw up in the front, he's back here in 14th.
Josh Stewart does make the pass on Robert Burris. Does it hold? It doesn't look like it will coming off the corner. No, it will. So Josh Stewart moves into second here. As can he get the clean pass and start making a run on Todd Cray?
And look at them side by side. Barrett's still fighting back on the inside, but it looks like the outside line's going to have that run off. And now we see Seth Schultz is almost under attack by Jason Mullis. And that'll be for 4th. Meanwhile, Todd Cray is out by 2.3 seconds, man. He is just setting sail right now. We'll have to see, though, as the track changes, as the temperatures change, you know, if Todd Cray's, if they can keep up with that car.
And don't forget, you know, pit stops are very, very touchy here. You don't hit it just right, and you could be losing a lot of positions.
Yeah, we see a lot of guys in a bunch of different leagues that we broadcast struggling in the pits. See guys sliding through, backing up, sliding through. So let's see, Josh Stewart. He's still about 2.4 seconds back. Iwasuru, I believe he was just fighting it out with Caleb Thompson for 6th. Taking a look on the inside again. Meanwhile, on the inside of Seth Schultz is the 35, I believe that is, of Jason Mullis, still trying to iron out that 3rd place spot, 4th place spot. I think I need colors on these numbers, bro. They all look the same to me. I'm like, what? And I got my contacts in, and I still can't tell the difference. Well, at least I give you something to laugh about. Was it old Red Green used to say, if the women can't find you handsome, at least let them find you handy?
Exactly.
I love that show. That was a great show, man. I tell everybody that if they haven't seen it, go tune in and check out Red Green. He was a funny dude, especially with that duct tape.
Grew up watching that show, actually.
Did you? Yeah, I found it late, man, but I loved it. I thought it was pretty good. And even back here in 14th with Justin Davidson, the 25 Rusty Farrell, and Brad Spido, these guys are still fighting it out. Go back a little bit. 25th, we got some drivers starting to make some pit stops here.
Yeah, I see the number 24 down on pit road.
Yeah, he just came on in. So usually once they see somebody start making pits, guys start thinking and plotting out when they want to come in. And if you look, Mullis did get around Schultz. So Seth Schultz does go back to 5th. Caleb Thompson right there in 6th with Never Knew It's True. They are slowly closing in on these two. And even Jay Felton up in 8th has joined that pack. I know we saw them fighting a little bit further back. It seemed like the bunch of them just all of a sudden picked up pace, and here they are.
Yeah, looking at my timing right now, the top 8 have all gained positions here tonight. So, you know, it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Yeah. Only lap that counts is that checkered flag, man.
Exactly.
We seen you, man. The seas parted from 7th place to the win.
Yeah, I'm sure teammates didn't like the fact that I was screaming in their ear the whole last lap.
That was an exciting finish, man. And meanwhile, Schultz now all over the back of Caleb Thompson. Thompson did get by. See, Iwasuru now going to try and take a look here on the 31 of Seth Schultz. Seth's struggling a little bit with that car, starting to fall backwards. Usually Seth's pretty strong, pretty good long run, but I think the track hasn't come to him just yet.
Looked like we had another car going to pit road. It was the 90 of Douglas Hess down to pit road.
All right, so we have Douglas Hess making his pit stop. We got, we'll start seeing guys start coming in pretty soon. Just keep an eye here on Never Knew With Suru in at number 30. Battling out with the 31 of Seth Schultz. Schultz going to take that spot back for the moment. Jay Felton going to poke his nose in here now. Felton stays up above the line. Everybody else comes down below the line.
You know, this is one of those tracks where I've never been a fan of cutting that front stretch, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get all the speed you can here. Just I can't keep the car under control down there.
Yeah, I've tried a few times, especially when the tires wear out. My car just does not like it. It seems when I can go down into it all right, but when I come back up, that transition back into the track, just usually I end up going around. So you see them going by the 3 of Bruce Pearson. Bruce Pearson does stay out of their way. Meanwhile, Robert Barris and Jason Mullis starting to get real close to each other here. Jason Mullis seems like he's got a pretty good run going so far. Let me see, where'd he start? He started 12th, already up to 4th.
Seth Schultz down to pit road now, so we're starting to see a couple more guys drop down there. Bruce Pearson is the lucky dog at the moment. If you remember, he was the one that got ran into on that first caution, so good to see him sitting there, but he hasn't made a stop yet, so he's definitely hoping a caution comes out soon.
Yeah, look at all this traffic. Back here, we still have Caleb Thompson, Never Knew With Suru, and Jay Felton kind of by each other still. Go back a little bit in the field.
We got 3 more. I'm not sure if they made the stop. Yes, I believe they did. So we got 3 more takers to pit road, as I believe David Kamara, Joshua Jones, and James Brown all down.
All right, Camaro with a good stop. Let's see where Joshua Jones. And where is James Brown? Looked like they all had a pretty good stop in the pit stall. Let's go back up front. Todd Cray still sitting out here. He's
Caution is out.
Ooh, that's going to be bad for the guys that are
Adam Matz and Justin Davidson were stuck on pit road during that.
Yeah. Let's see who that caution was on. So Bruce Pearson should get the lucky dog. I can't see. Maybe the 42, Adam Lewis. He's got some damage. I'm not sure if he picked it up here or there. I'm not sure what happened. You happen to see?
I'm looking around right now. I don't see anybody going around.
Yeah, I think sometimes, you know, when somebody gets a little bit sideways, it'll throw the caution out. All right, everybody is heading down pit road. Let's see who is going to be the winners and the losers here on pit stops. Watching Todd Craig getting down here into his stall. You see the 22. And 75 comes to a nice stop. 21 comes to a nice stop too. Who's going to be the first one off? Oh, get out of here, man. There we go. Looks like most of the guys took 2 tires. I'm sorry, 2 tires, 4 tires. Where'd I get 2 tires from? Wingy.
We did have one.
I was gonna say, Wingy, what are you doing to me, man? I'm taking his spot tonight.
We did have one driver who really botched his pit stop. Rusty Farrell. He overshot it, was right up against that inside pit wall, had to try to back it up, couldn't exactly get it right, almost had to back completely out of the stall and reposition the car before that stop happened.
That's the worst, man. Sometimes, I was saying the other day, you just want to throw it in gear and come back around, you know what I mean? So hard to try and get it all sorted out. We're going to go continuous for a minute, and we'll be right there.
Racing League fans, wanted to thank you for tuning in to today's race. My name is Justin Jones with the American Hero Hunt. We are proud to sponsor another season and look forward to more. Head on over to Facebook and look up the American Hero Hunt. Give us a like, share, and keep up with everything we have going on. The American Hero Hunt is an all-expense paid hunt for 2 veterans. One hunts whitetail and the other hunts waterfowl. We have a strong passion to give back to our military veterans, and we hope we can continue to do that. We are fully funded by donations, so we ask, if you are able, to please consider donating. Thank you again, enjoy the race. God bless America and our men and women overseas and the ones who have come back home.
All right, we are back live, and like he said, go to Facebook, check out American Hero Hunt, read what they do for the veterans, and something you want to get involved with. I know they would definitely greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate all of our veterans and what they do for us, so why not give a little bit back? All right, let's take a look here at the temperatures on the track. We're at 88 degrees right now on the track, so we had a little up and down in temperature already. We've had 1 lead change. We're under caution number 2. We still have 84 laps left to go in this 133 lap race. Todd Cray's back out front. Robert Barris now on the outside. Jason Mullison at 35 on the inside line. And Nevin Iwutsuru having a good run here tonight, up in 4th. Should be a pretty good start here, Steve.
Yeah, I'm taking a look. What happened to Joshua Stewart?
It looks like Todd Cray got himself a pretty decent start. Good run going into 1. Robert Barrett's going to jump it down in front of Jason Mullis. We got Jay Felton now on the inside of Nevin Utsuru, followed by the 4 of Caleb Thompson. We'll see. Robert Barris was showing some good speed before. Todd Cray was a way bit up in front.
Caution is out.
Oh. Wow, that's a big one, too. So that's Schultz, Stewart, Camara. Let's go back.
These guys were 3 wide, 2 deep going into that corner.
Wow, look at that crowd right there. Oh, it looked like Schultz and the 24 made contact first. If I'm seeing that right, let me go to a different camera angle here.
Yeah, Josh Stewart was just along for the ride of the pinball going between all those cars. You know, that's a tough break. I'm not sure what happened. I'm going to guess he got speeding in the pits because he was up front. And he started all the way back in 20th.
Go back one more time. Let me see if I can find... Oh, boy, I missed it again, man. What's wrong? There we go. 3 wide up in front. Yeah, it looked like maybe the 24 might have had to slow down a little bit. Man, set Schultz hard into the 22, and then I saw the 76 of Joshua Jones sliding, trying to slow it down, and gets into the door of the 42. He really tried to slide it down and hold on to it. You can see him locking the brakes up and everything, man. And a lot of these guys still be able to continue, but they're going to have some damages, see if they can go in and get them fixed. So we'll go back live.
Paul, you know, that's odd because it looks like we literally had 2 wrecks in the same spot on the track that looked almost identical. And one car on the bottom line got hit. The car on the top line, the 42, hit the wall and actually lost it at the same time.
Yeah. Man, that's tough for Stewart. He is going to be in the pits getting a bunch of repairs done. That car looks pretty torn up at the moment too, man. And he was having himself a good run. Bruce Pearson in getting repairs done. Joshua Jones getting repairs done. Let's see, where's the 42 of Adam Lewis getting ready to come in? Oh, he's going out. A couple of good cars too, pretty torn up right now. Meanwhile, Todd Cray out front. I believe he's got 48 laps led here so far. Robert Barris sitting in second. Let's might as well pull up the top 10 while we're at it. Todd Cray is in first. Robert Barris sitting in second. Jason Mullis is in third. Jay Felton moved up to fourth. Never Knew Suru is in fifth. Caleb Thompson is in sixth. Ron Hollyfield back up to seventh after some damages in that first wreck. Robert Dudley now up in 8th, Thomas McBride in 9th, and Paul Williams in at 99, rounding out your top 10.
And Bruce Pearson back on the lead lap.
Yeah, he was in the spot for that lucky dog. See if he can, I mean, they did do some work to that car. It's definitely looking a lot better, but it's still looking rough. See if he can hang on to it and get himself a decent finish here tonight. Next week, these guys will be off. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Christmas is right there. And then they'll be back December 30th. And where are we at? We will be at Auto Club on December 30th. So December 30th, Sunday night, tune in here at 8:20. And remember, next week they will be off and be Christmas time. I remember seeing posts on Facebook, you know, like, oh, and, you know, 160 days, Christmas, start, you know, here we are. We're there, man.
Yeah, I completely forgot I had time off for that, so I guess vacation's coming.
Oh, that's nice. It's always good when you can get a vacation over the holidays, too. I know some of the places I work, they didn't want you taking off on the holidays, so it was always a fight.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough time.
So we got caution number 3. We only had one lead change, which is amazing. Todd Cray's been out front. You see Robert Barris again on the outside. Now you have Jason Mullis on the inside with Jay Felton now starting fourth. Never Knew Suru onto the inside and Caleb Thompson on the outside. We'll see if Suru gets a better start on the inside. He was on the outside that last one, and it seemed like he couldn't really get it going that good in the outside line. So we'll see what these guys do now as we get ready to watch this pace car turn in one more time tonight. And it's so cool watching the shadows coming and going, man. As the pace car ducks on in, watch Todd Cray bring these guys to green. Green flag is out. Cray with a good start. Robert Barris right now on the outside line. Looks like the 35 of Mullis might have the advantage going through. And he will take that spot from Barris. Suru on the inside of Jay Felton is going to take that spot. We'll see Robert Barris now going to try to fight back on the inside. We'll see if Jay Felton follows suit. Now Felton going to stay in line. Barris does take that spot. Go back just a little bit further by Thomas McBride. Who is that? Ron Hollyfield and Robert Dudley. Oh, almost contact between Dudley and Hollyfield, and Dudley up into the wall. Manages to save it, but man, gonna lose a ton of spots.
Yeah, he is still dropping back. He is back in 16th now.
Yeah, and he's got cars just all over right now. See, they're almost 3 wide there. Him, Schultz, and Pearson. We'll back up to the front again real quick here. See if Robert Barris can do anything and catch up to Todd Cray and put some lead changes on the board. Meanwhile, Caleb Thompson with a pretty decent run, sitting here in 6th. Jay Felton in 5th. Iwasuru in 4th. Mullis in 3rd. Hey, it's always so nice to see a decent-sized field out on the track.
Yeah, it gives us more to talk about.
Ron Hollyfield now under attack by the 25 of Farrell. Farrell does get back behind him at the moment. 99 Paul Williams right there with them also. Looks like Rusty Farrell's car's in pretty decent shape. Got a nice paint scheme on there.
Yeah, he got kind of lucky with the quick caution there. You know, he had that bad pit stop, but caution kind of helped him out. He's back up here in 9th right now, and you know, he's pushing forward once again.
Yeah, looking for 8th right now from Ron Hollyfield, trying that inside line. And Hollyfield going to fight back on the outside. Going into 1, is he going to be able to clear Hollyfield and slide it up? And I see, looks like they're getting a little bit racy in front. And it looks like Farrell going to complete that pass. We'll see now, who is that? Paul Williams on the inside. And he's going to complete that pass also. Let's go back up here. I believe Iwasuru now looking on the inside of Mullis for 3rd. And it doesn't look like Robert Barris able to do anything just yet with Todd Cray. Todd Cray's got some amazing speed going on right now.
No, he's been able to stay within reach of him, just hasn't been able to get close enough to make the pass. And Paul, I don't know if you saw this earlier, Rusty Farrell right now, he's plus 21. So he's gone from 29th to start tonight all the way up to 8th.
Yeah, he's definitely going in the right direction. Even with that pit stop, he's starting to really gain. And I'm just watching here. Iwasuru now, still trying to get around Barris. Has to tuck it in back behind. Iwasuru showing some speed. It's about that time of the race where it's starting to change a little bit. And the handling on the car is going to either start coming to you or going.
Yeah, we're seeing Nevin almost run identical times to Todd Cray right now. Robert Burris, though, he's been running just a tad slower almost every lap. So we'll see if that kind of adds up and we see a pass for 2nd.
He's taking a ride here up on the roof of 3rd place Iwasuru. And he is about to be passed by Mullis. See Mullis here on the inside. Go back to Iwasuru. See Mullis there peeking down on the inside. That's a good fight going on between these two right here. And neither giving an inch. And meanwhile, Iwasuru was just up there battling with Robert Barris. Now he's defending his spot from Mullis. And he is up pretty high on the track.
Yeah, for everybody at home who's wondering how much of a difference battling somebody makes, both these drivers have almost dropped 0.2 of a second on their lap times just from trying to pass each other.
And the problem too is the guy on the inside, man, you really start burning your tires up. You gotta figure out what's better. Do I stay here and keep fighting and burn my tires up, or just let the guy go, tuck in behind, and go? You know, if it's 10 to go, somewhere around there, then, you know, that's a whole different story. But we still got some racing left here tonight. Me personally, and maybe that's my problem, is I'll let him go and try and stay behind him and follow him a little bit, and hope he burns his stuff up so I can get back up there. Look at back here for 15th. You got Robert Dudley, Justin Davidson, David Moyer, Adam Matz. And I believe, who is that? That's the 68 back there somewhere, right? James Brown, 2 laps down, and he started on the pole.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to James Brown. Was he involved in that last wreck?
Yeah, I think he got a little bit of it and stayed to get some damages fixed. So I think that's what put him 2 laps down.
Oh, no, he was on pit road when we had that kind of ghost caution.
Yeah.
Him, David Camara, and Joshua Jones were all on pit road when that came out.
Look at the 83 McBride up to 7th. The 99 Paul Williams working his way back up. 25 of Farrell down there on the bottom. And they come real close. Him and the 99, they don't make contact. Meanwhile, Mullis and Iwitsuru still side by side. Jay Felton right there with them. And believe it or not, even though they're fighting side by side, Robert Barris hasn't gotten too far, and the yellow is out.
Trying to see who was involved.
I see the 7. I see the 25. I see a bunch of different cars. Let's throw out the caution here, and we'll back up and try to figure out where this all started. Oh, it looked like the 25. Let me go back. You see the 25 here on the inside. Oh, 25 and the 99 make contact. I don't know if the 25 slid up or didn't know the 99 was there. Man, that's such a hard angle to see. Take a look at it from this angle. There's a 99 getting ready to make it 3 wide. Oh, man. And it was on from there. 83 got involved. The 7 of Hollyfield, I'm not sure if he just spun it to try and save it. Let's go back. We'll take a quick ride with Hollyfield and see if he just...
He made the slightest contact with the 25 there, so he should be in good shape still.
Oh, yeah, he saw the 25 just start moving up, and he tried to just lock it down and stay off him. Good job. All right, we got guys down pit road. And it looks like we got a little bit shadow coverage again.
Yeah, those clouds are rolling in. You know, it's going to be interesting. Do we have a temperature check? Let's see here. We are sitting at
81.
81 track temperature, 73 ambient temp. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see the day when it comes where we, you know, start with a hot track, hot ambient temperature, and by the end it's cold.
Yeah.
I mean, we're like talking like 70s and 60s. So
it'd be like 2 different cars. I'm just looking. Paul Williams right now is out, your leader. I'm not sure if he's going to be bringing it down. I can't.
I think he had to catch the field. He was involved in that wreck, so he probably had to catch the field, get up front, and you go one time around, you can get a little bit more damage repaired.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't think he was going to stay out. So Kurt Sager's going to come in. Robert Barris right now will probably be scored your leader. Let's see what happens once they cross the line here. It's still showing.
Paul Williams hit the line before they did.
I was going to say it's still showing, and we'll have to see next time by. But looks like Robert Barris and then Todd Cray. A little bit of change for Todd Cray here. So he's going to be doing a second start, and Robert Barris will be starting, leading this race down. Then we go to Jason Mullis, Never Knew It Suru, and then Jay Felton and Caleb Thompson. Spidal now up to 7th. Cody Franklin in 8th. Justin Davidson in at number 20 in 9th. And then Art Peck in the 36th, up in your top 10. Take a quick look here. We've had 2 lead changes. We finally got a lead change. I didn't think we were going to see one.
We're about to have a third.
Yeah, we're still 61 laps to go here tonight. Real good so far. We're here with DieHard Racing League's American Hero Hunt Series. This race is in memory of David Cater. This is the Chicagoland Speedway 133. And if I'm right, David, Chicagoland was the last setup that he made for iRacing?
I don't know if it was the last setup he made for iRacing. I know it was the last setup he worked on completely. He was working on it for low line racing. So, you know, to race here at this track and have it in memory of David, it obviously means a lot because it's the last place he worked on a setup for.
Yeah, Seth contacted me and asked me if we can change it and put that on there, and I said, yeah, absolutely, man. You see that we're coming into the turn. It was pretty dark. Now we got some sunlight back out.
Yeah, it's just that cloud coverage keeps rolling past the sun and blocking it from the track. And you know what makes it difficult is you used to be able to rely on where the shadows were. They were going to be there when you came back around. You could adjust your line to hit that shadow, have a little bit more grip. You can't do that. I mean, from one corner to another, it's going to be different now.
And look at all that rubber down on the track, too. Track is rubbering up. You got a little, what time is it right now in the sim?
It is, we're showing it is 5:39 p.m. right now. We still do have about an hour of server time available, so still got some time left as the green flag is out, and there's a little bit of checkup at the front.
And look at Todd Cray, man, out there on the outside line alone, and he gets a great jump. He goes back to the lead. We'll see if he's able to clear Barris, or is Barris going to be able to fight back on the inside. I know Barris got to have his foot down through the floor right now trying to get by. Oh, we got contact and somebody into the grass. Couple guys into the grass. I believe that was the 13 of Cody Franklin. We back up real quick while we're green and see what happened with him. I think he made contact with... I can't see who the car is in front. Oh, the 20 made a little bit of contact. You see him going through the grass, does a great job keeping it from sliding up in front of everybody, and that was close. They were 3 wide there, too.
You know, Paul, I was going back and looking at the start there. I wouldn't be surprised if a call comes from race admins here. It looks like Todd Cray may have jumped the start. It's going to be unofficially, but... we'll see if race admins do anything here.
Yeah, I was wondering how he got up there really that far. I thought maybe, you know, from starting on the front, he just was able to time it good. But he is back out front. Barris is in second. Let's go back here to Caleb Thompson because he's looking inside the 11 of Jay Felton. Oh, and he makes contact with Jay. Does Jay save it? Wow. He does a great job hanging on to that car. And he's going to lose a couple of spots. Justin Davidson able to get by. And then go back a little bit further here with Art Peck, Kirk Sagert, Ron Hollyfield. Who is at the 40? I believe the 40. Yeah, Kirk Sagert.
He's getting around Art Peck right now.
Yeah, Art Peck's still got that damage on the back. That's about the only damage I see on the car. Ron Hollyfield now trying to take a look on the outside with Robert Dudley.
Hey, you can see the tiny bit of damage there on Ron from that slight contact he had from the last caution. So it's good to see he's still out there and running and no major damage on that car.
Yeah, he's definitely improved a lot over the last few months that we've watched him racing. Let's go jump up with Ron. Let's take a lap around with him. Wow, look how close him and the 40 are. He's trying to hang on to it and not hit the wall and not hit the 40. And they, wow, man, they really threaded it.
Does get the clean pass on the 40, though. And that's kind of the nice thing about being on that high line is you can kind of dip that car down and put the pressure on that inside car because you can see right where he's at and you can get that car as close as you can.
And look at Iwasuru once again on the inside, was on the inside trying to get by Robert Barros. Iwasuru's showing that he's got a good car here tonight, man. He's just not able to complete that pass, but he's trying.
Yeah, Jason Mullis isn't far behind him as well. And, we've kind of seen Mullis turn it on late in runs, so we'll see if he can get something going as the 30's underneath Robert Burris now.
And they are still side by side. Let's see, we'll jump in with Jason Mullis here. Take a look from his eyes, what he's seeing.
Another little stat line here from our timing. Out of the top 19, only 2 drivers have lost positions from where they started. So everybody's really in the green here tonight in the top 19.
And look at Iwasuru does get by Barris that time. We'll see Barris going to try to fight back. He may end up under attack by the 35 of Mullis here. So it looks like Robert Barris's car may not be feeling too happy with some of the changes that are going on the track. Still got a really fast car, but just not as good as it was that last time out. They might have to do a little bit of adjustments on there to try to get that car turning a little bit better.
Yeah, I think Robert really, it comes down to he had that restart. He had the lead for a moment, got it taken away, and was just trying to fight so hard to get back to Todd and burn the tires up.
Meanwhile, from the number 10 of David Moyer all the way back to the 72 of David Camara, man, they are pretty close. They're almost in a single line waiting. Here goes Holyfield to the inside. And it looks like Holyfield going to be able to clear the 10, the 49. Now Robert Dudley going to try and take a pass here. Oh,
a little bit of contact.
Yeah. Scary moment there. And almost 3 wide behind them. Man, they are.
David Moore really paid the price there. Just kind of a bystander. Took a little bit of a hit, and he fell way back there.
Yeah, he's slowly dropping back. He's in 15th right now. David Camara up to 12th. You see the 40 of Kurt Sager in 13th. And then Art Peck right there in 15th. Meanwhile, Robert Dudley almost all over the back of Ron Holyfield. Not really seeing much of a change up front yet. So we'll keep an eye on this for a little bit and see what happens here. Although Iwasuru is about 6/10 away from the leader. Jason Mullis did get around Barris. I don't know if he got around them before. I think he was trying to, but I don't think he completed it back a few laps ago. And then you still have Caleb Thompson. Let's take a quick look at Caleb Thompson. But he start 18th, and he is up to 5th. And he's been up there pretty much the whole race.
Yeah, he's been a consistent top 5 driver here tonight, so he can still make up some positions. He's working. He's still got a little bit of distance actually to make up to Robert Burris, but anything could happen right now. We still have a lot of time left in this race. And Paul, I was looking at where we're sitting on tires right now and when we were seeing pit stops. Look to see these guys pit around 105, 110 to make it to the end.
Wow. So we'll see. We may see, obviously, a little splash of fuel. I wonder if anybody's going to try a 2-tire stop.
You know, when you're kind of trying. Oh, we got a wreck. The 7 of Ron Hollowfield is around.
Oh, and the yellow comes out. Looks like Hollowfield's got some major damages on that left front. Let's go check it out. Hollowfield on the outside of Robert Dudley. Oh, and Dudley disappeared too for a second. But it looked like Ron may have come down. Oh, there was some serious net code too.
Yeah, I don't think that Ron expected Dudley to stay above that white line in that trioval there.
And then we went back and watched. I don't know if it did it for you too, but for me, Dudley disappeared for a second, and
he disappeared.
they never really made contact. You know, looks like some net codes. So maybe with him, you know, blinking out and coming back, it just wrote it wrong, man. But Ron Hollowfield's gonna suffer for that one. Where's he sitting right now? He's sitting in the 18th. He's still running, so he still has a chance. And while they make their pits, we're going to go continuous one more time, and we'll be right back.
Racing fans, wanted to thank you for tuning in to today's race. My name is Justin Jones with the American Hero Hunt. We are proud to sponsor another season and look forward to more. Head on over to Facebook and look up the American Hero Hunt. Give us a like, share, and keep up with everything we have going on. The American Hero Hunt is an all-expense paid hunt for 2 veterans. One hunts whitetail and the other hunts waterfowl. We have a strong passion to give back to our military veterans, and we hope we can continue to do that. We are fully funded by donations, so we ask if you are able to please consider donating. Thank you again. Enjoy the race. God bless America and our men and women overseas and the ones who have come back home.
All right, we're back here, and so far, pretty good race going on. We're seeing guys start struggling with their cars a little bit, definitely changing here on the track. Let's take a quick look at the temperature. 83 degrees, 72 in the air now. A little bit of changing going on, but the cloud coverage coming and going is definitely a factor here. Todd Cray back out front. I believe he's got 81 laps led. Jason Mullis now up in second. Nevanu Utsuru in third. Looks like it'll be Robert Barris in fourth. Caleb Thompson in fifth. Brad Speidel in sixth. Thomas McBride in seventh. Jay Felton in eighth. Justin McDavid in ninth. And Art Peck up in 10th.
Yeah, I'm showing he gained 15 positions here so far tonight. And once again, another look at how everybody's looking. We have one driver in the top 15 who has lost anything. So, and that's the only driver who's lost a position here tonight in the top 15 is Thomas McBride. He's only lost one. So really, the whole top 15 has been moving around quite well.
Yeah, and they've been like pretty consistent on their spots too. Brad Speidel, he started 7th, and he is up in 6th. Caleb Thompson started 18th. He's in 5th. Robert Barris started 5th. He's in 4th. Nevanu Utsuru started 9th. He's in 3rd. Jason Mullis started 12th. He is up in 2nd, and he's definitely showing he's got a good race car here tonight in that number 35. We'll see if he's got anything for Todd Cray on this start. I think Mullis being up here in the front, maybe learning a little something about where Todd Cray's kicking it. Because I believe they have to start on green. So that kind of helps a little bit where the leader doesn't get that, you know, super big jump on you. So he's got to try to time it right.
Yeah, and you know, this is the only time of the night we've seen where Mullis does not have to battle the whole field to get up to Todd Cray. So we'll see if he can kick it on from the start instead of kind of laying off and letting the car come to him.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he can. I know the 21 of Cray will be able to pretty much flat-footed through turn 1. We'll see if 35 can. I know I tried it at Atlanta. It don't work on the outside line. It's too bumpy, man. Especially in the Cup car.
This is one of those tracks, though, where if you can get the speed on that Larson line, you can make it work.
All right, we're going to see what happens now as the pace car's getting closer to that left-hand turn. We'll be going back live. We're into caution number 5. And we've had 4 lead changes so far, and that is it. Pace car does go in. We'll see Todd Cray up here in the front. And Mullis was back a little bit, and that's going to open the door for the 75. They're going to go 3 wide into 1. Oh!
Contact!
Oh, man, that's not what Mullis wanted. It was Suru now up to second. And here comes Caleb Thompson. Caleb Thompson looking to take third. You have the 83 of McBride now underneath Robert Barris.
Yeah, we talked about Mullis not having a start up on that front row. It really showed there. He almost looked like he was falling asleep on the start.
Yeah, I don't know why he was so far back from the leader. You know, unless he just doesn't have a good view of the leader from where he's looking. Because it seemed like he was a little more than half a car length back. But Mullis now looking on the inside of Caleb Thompson, trying to regain back some spots here. The 83 of McBride still underneath Robert Barris, and then you got the 5 of Speidel right behind them. See what he can do here. Meanwhile, Todd Cray is slowly starting to check out again. But now Iwasuru up in second. We'll see. I think he's got just a little bit of right front damage, so I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything on that charge back to the leader.
Yeah, Paul, I'm watching the 4 of Caleb Thompson here. He's got to be careful. He's almost getting right up against that wall every time coming off the corner. And we almost had a little bit of an issue here in the top 5 as Thomas McBride almost sent Jason Mullis around there. Had a little bit of contact on the rear bumper and kind of kicked out the back end on him.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to shoot it 3 wide, too, for a second. Meanwhile, you see Jay Felton there behind the 5 of Speidel trying to find a way by. And the 83 of McBride and the 4 of Thompson still going at it side by side. Neither driver is given anything right now. Wow, they are close. Let's jump in with Robert Barris and watch his battle from inside. Now I do that. Caleb Thompson does get by. Look outside the box, and he is looking underneath now from the 83 of McBride. McBride might have heated those tires up a little bit fighting with the 4.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that in the tri-oval there. McBride almost had an incident with Burris. Burris dove to that apron, and looked like McBride tried to go down there as well and almost had contact.
Yeah, that was really close. Oh, who was that? The 4, I believe. Caleb Thompson, a little scrape with the wall. And Iwasuru and Mullis were about to trade spots, and Iwasuru does have that spot back. Barris and McBride one more time side by side, and here is Brad Speidel trying to figure out what these guys are going to do so he can find a way to go. Speidel looks like he got his car pretty well fixed up. Still has a little bit of right front damage, but a lot better than it looked before. Because at one point, didn't even look like he was really going to be a contender for being up in the top 10, top 15 even.
Yeah, that picker got the fender kind of hammered out. So this track isn't really a aero track, but you get too much damage, and there's no point of being out there.
Yeah. And Barris able to get by the 83. We'll see if the 83 of McBride is going to fight back. I believe he's going to be under attack now by Speidel. See what Speidel's got for him. Somebody way high up on the track here. Who is that? That is Art Peck, I believe, was way, way high up on the track. Art Peck back here in 12th. We still have a little bit going on further back. Dudley,
David Moore's got a lot on his hands right now.
Yeah, I was going to say Dudley on the inside of Moyer. 24 of Tellez right behind them, and then you got Camara trying to look on the inside. And our pole setter, the 68 of James Brown, got one of his laps back. Showing only one lap down for me, so who is going to be the first car? He is the lucky dog spot right now, too. If a caution does come out, get him back on the lead lap.
Yeah, time's starting to run out, though, as we are within 30 laps of the finish.
And I'm just watching here, Mullis and Iwasuru. I kind of got a little bit of space in between them, and right now they were getting a lot closer. Jay Felton taking a look on the inside of McBride. So far, Felton does take that spot. We'll see if the 83 is going to fight back or not. And they both go looking to the inside. McBride all the way under the line. Felton, a couple lanes up. He should have a better run here, I think, outside line out. Yeah, it looks like Felton going to regain that spot, see if he can do anything going in. We've seen that, though, now that the outside line started to come back in. Outside line's got a strong run, man. It's really hard to do anything on the inside, but the outside line we've seen, guys get a little crazy with that wall.
Yeah, it's really tough when those tires start getting worn in. We're 15 laps into this run here, and we're kind of getting out of that time where those guys can make that work. But if you can be a little bit aggressive and pinch that guy on the inside down, you can get that run on the exit.
And we have Joshua Jones and Adam Matz for 13th. Adam Matz on the inside, Joshua Jones on the outside.
Almost had a little bit of contact there.
We got 26 laps to go. I think I saw something going on back here. 72.
Like 72, yeah.
Yeah, Camara and Tellez side by side. Getting really close. And look at Ron Holyfield holding on to 15th, even with that damage on the car. Look at that. You got the front of that pack there side by side, and the back of that pack there side by side. So let's kind of split it in the middle.
Hey, if you're Ron, are you wondering, if you're sitting there worried that these guys are going to wreck in front of you again, like they did last time when he was out here running?
It's definitely got to cross his mind. He's probably hoping to get by them so he can breathe a little bit. And it looks like the 76 Joshua Jones with a really good run off. He's going to take that spot. Art Peck going to tuck in behind, and we'll see if Ron Holyfield's got anything now for Art Peck. You got right behind him Robert Dudley trying to push the 7 through. And they are kind of close here. Ooh, the 7s look like he was starting to drift up, and the 36 was going to hold him down. Okay, Holyfield.
Looked like Dudley looked to go 3 wide there for a moment. He tucked it right back in.
Yeah, it's tempting, man. You got that run. You want to go. Look how close they are. Oh, the 49 had to check up. The 24 does a great job not running into him. Look at the 7 now and the 36 of Art Peck. And these guys are getting closer and closer. They know the laps are winding out. And it looks like we got some action going on up here in the front from second place on back to about 7th. Robert Barris trying to get around the 30 again. They were just side by side. Right behind them, you got Caleb Thompson and Mullis side by side. Meanwhile,
one car in the wall, the 35 of Jason Mullis hit the wall hard.
Scared me, bro. Scared me. I didn't see it, but wow, he went all the way back to 7th. Barris does hang on to that spot. No, Barris did pass Edward Sewer. What am I saying? Caleb Thompson now up in 4th, and Spidle, look at him, man, up in 5th. Definitely put his car back together pretty decent. I see Jay Felton trying to do something when Jay Felton decided to tuck it down way low because they got a little bit close, and the yellow comes out. And it looks like something happened with Robert Dudley. So let's go find out if that was in a loan, or did he make any friends out here on the track? See Dudley there on the inside, real close to the 24 and the 7. Oh, and the 24 gets a little piece. The 36 into the back of the 49. But one more time, let's change our camera angle a little bit. Yeah, it looks like the 24 just got a little piece of the 49. I think we saw the 24 get a piece of somebody before. I want to think it was even him. But I don't think so. I think it might have been the 76 and the 24 prior. All right, well, this changes everything now because I got a feeling guys are going to come in. We have 19 laps to go right now. It's time to get that last stop done, get some tires and fuel. The winner is going to be, well, a good chance for the winner is going to be who gets off of pit road. These guys got to nail this stop.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you get caught speeding here, you better just kiss your chance goodbye.
Yeah, this is really going to hurt you with 19 laps to go. Although, you can anticipate one more caution because, the pressure is going to definitely be turned up. But let's see, Iwasuru, he's got a good stop. Looks like Barris, Cray. Did he?
I imagine he's going to come back around a pit.
So far, it looks like most of these guys have got a pretty decent stop.
Todd Cray off first.
Wow, Todd Cray does get that stop down pretty good. We'll see. Yeah, Adam Lewis in the 42. I can't imagine him staying out. That car is pretty beat up. Technically not scored your leader. So if he was looking to lead a lap, I'm not sure if he's going to get it.
Yeah, he was the one he was also involved in that pinball machine that Josh Stewart was in earlier. He was the one on the high side that hit the wall and kind of lost it.
And it looks like right now we only have 4 cars behind the wall. Rusty Farrell, Mike Major, Patrick DeSaulnier, and Curtis Martin. And that's going to
I think I saw that Curtis Martin was down on speed and just kind of called it quits early tonight.
Yeah, he sent a message somewhere. I saw, up on YouTube. All right, so that puts it back to Todd Cray, who pretty much dominating the race here tonight with, I believe that's 108 laps led. We're winding these laps down. We got 17 right now. We'll probably have a 15-lap shootout. Looks like Robert Barris will be starting second. Iwasuru will be third. Spidle with a great comeback all the way up here in fourth. Then we got Caleb Thompson and then Jay Felton. McBride in the Taco Bell car, making me want to jump out my car after this and go pick up Taco Bell. These guys with all these food cars, I like seeing them, but man, when you start getting hungry, you know what I mean? All these thoughts come by. I'm like, okay, I can walk my dogs. I can jump in the car. I can go grab me some Taco Bell and get back before I'm in trouble. Not. I'm already in trouble. Oh, man, you got to love it. I'll tell you what, man, great race going on tonight in memory of David Cater. Chicagoland Speedway, 133 laps. Remember, these guys will be off next Sunday and then be back on December 30th. And that should be a pretty good race. That'll be the Auto Club. Oh, somebody blinking out there. Oh, that's the 22. He's going to take the wave around. That's too bad. He had a good car going too, man, until he got caught up in that wreck.
Yeah, he is now showing, let's see here. Yeah, he's going to be on 48 lap old tires. So,
wow.
You know, he's kind of hoping that a caution does come out. He is still sitting quite a ways back and showing he is roughly 9 laps down.
Wow. Yeah, it was unfortunate for him. He had a really strong car early on, man, and just in the wrong place, the wrong time. Yep. All right. Todd Cray on the inside, Robert Barris on the outside. This could be the last start here. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing some crazy things here now.
Let's see. See what they do. Once the pace car goes on in. And Todd Cray. Todd Cray with another good start. Robert Barris hanging on to second. We'll see if he's going to do anything going into one. Not going to be able to. He was Suru in third. Thompson fourth. Spidle fifth.
Oh, we're going 3 wide.
Wow. Told you the heat is on. And they're doing a good job of it so far. And the 5 slides up in front of Jay Felton. Jay Felton got to check up a little. Going to jump it down. Wow.
Spidle took a shot. He's the one that pushed 3 wide coming off of 2, and he just stuck his car in there. Wasn't really the room for it, but he made the room. Oh, and the 3's around.
And the yellow is out. I'm not finding the 3.
The 3 of Bruce Pearson.
We'll find out what happened to Bruce. Looked like he might have had a little bit of help there. Looked like the 42 of Adam Lewis. Ooh, did he just kind of drift up into him? The 49 of Dudley got a piece of that also. But one more time, take another closer look. Yeah, it looked like, I don't know, man. 42 maybe just a little too hot. They were almost 3 wide. Yeah, I think the 42 might have got scared by the 68 down on the bottom, because it looks like he kind of was getting ready to go back down and jumped it back up. And unfortunately, the 3 of Pearson was there. Let's see what these guys do. Does anybody come in? Does anybody stay out? I know obviously the guys in the back will stay out. If you're the leader, you're in a kind of a tough spot, because if you stay out, usually everyone else will come on in. No, it looks like pretty much everybody's staying out. Even up to 13.
You know, I'm not so. It's kind of hit or miss from here. No, you haven't really ran a ton of laps, but man, if those tires come into play at the end, you're going to be wishing you were there.
Yeah, because you're looking at some of these guys with 6 laps on their tires. I think if I was 7th or 8th place on back, I would have definitely went on in.
Man, I tell you what, the 3 of Bruce Pearson has just had a rough night tonight. He's been involved in a couple cautions now. It's been tough to try to get back up there after winning last week at Talladega.
And you see him getting some damages repaired on that car right now to get back out. Let's see where the leader is compared to him. He's got to hurry up and get himself out of pit road here. He's sitting for a while. 51.2. Looks like he is going to make it out in front of the pace car. It looks like we will have a 10-lap shootout. Meanwhile, Todd Craig back out front still. Robert Barris in second, and Nevin Iwasuru is still hanging on to third. I'm going to take a look through the field here.
Paul, I just looked at their point standings so far here. And even though he's in second, I would gotta say that the 75 of Robert Burst has got to be happy right now. He is sitting on top of the points right now, and he's sitting in second. That's going to really boost his lead.
Yeah. He'll definitely, if he can hang on to a good finish here tonight, that'll definitely hold on to him. Let's see, let's go back here. Seth Schultz in 25th, one lap down, getting repairs done to the car. Josh Stewart, amazing. That car is still running. That thing's looking pretty tough. Go back up a little bit. Mullis all the way back in 18th right now. He was up in the front earlier fighting it out, man. He's back quite a ways. Ron Hollyfield in 15, Tellez in 14. Let's go Jay Felton up in 6th. We'll be starting on that outside. McBride in 5th on the inside. Todd Craig going to bring these guys back to green. I'm slowly losing my voice. I was sick for a couple days. I think I'm almost over it. I just got a note from my wife. My son's got a fever again, so he won't be going to school tomorrow. He's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, man.
He wanted to go. It's funny. When I was a kid, I didn't want to go. They want to go.
I was about to say, what kid wants to go?
They like their school, man, and I'm glad. I am so glad. It's such a treat to not have to fight school. Got to fight homework, but at least I don't got to fight school. I'll tell you, if it was up to me, homework would be a thing of the past. I don't see any reason for it. I think it's more work for the parents than it is for the kids, and especially with two parents working and trying to run a life, dude. It's too hard.
I've seen a lot of schools getting rid of homework completely. Yeah. So,
all right, pace car goes on in. We are going to have a 9-lap shootout. Waiting on that green flag. And it is here. And look at the run. Barris is going to get a push from the 4 Caleb Thompson out on the outside. See if he can push him up in front of Craig. But Craig gets a good run on the inside. Thompson tried. He pushed him really hard, man. Tried to get both of them past there. And, man, that inside line, especially up in the front, it's really tough to do anything with. But it's not over yet. Barris is looking.
Yeah, he's going to give it everything he's got right now. We haven't really seen him on the long run do well, but it's going to be a short run here. We've only got 9 laps to make it 8 to go. So he's got to make something happen now to try to make an upset.
And Cray is already moving out. Look at the 30 of Iwasuru inside of Jay Felton, and the yellow comes back out.
Oh, man, you know what? This is setting up just like it was last Thursday night for us.
I think that might have been, let me check, might have been with the 10. Go back and take a look. Yeah. See what happened with the 10 here of David Moyer. See him on the outside. And they are jumbled up back there. Oh, that looks like, wow, did he come down? Let's take a better look here. Yeah, it looked like he came down into the 24. luckily nobody else makes contact.
Yeah, I don't think he realized. He probably got the inside call, was thinking that the 95 was down there possibly. And then he went to go drop down, and it was 3 wide.
All right, well, I think we're going to have a 3-lap shootout maybe.
Yeah, we're looking about 3 laps.
Like a little green-white checkers here, man. All right, real quickly, we are going to go continuous. We'll be right back for the finish of this race, so sit tight.
Racing League fans, wanted to thank you for tuning in to today's race. My name is Justin Jones with the American Hero Hunt. We are proud to sponsor another season and look forward to more. Head on over to Facebook and look up the American Hero Hunt. Give us a like, share, and keep up with everything we have going on. The American Hero Hunt is an all-expense-paid hunt for 2 veterans. One hunts whitetail and the other hunts waterfowl. We have a strong passion to give back to our military veterans, and we hope we can continue to do that. We are fully funded by donations, so we ask, if you are able, to please consider donating. Thank you again. Enjoy the race. God bless America and our men and women overseas and the ones who have come back home.
All right, we're back here, and so far it's been a pretty good race here, man. We got 5 laps to go. Lights are on the pace car. We got 4 lead changes. We're on the caution number 8. We've had 128 laps complete so far. Let me take a quick look at the temperature. 77 degrees on the track, so that's pretty cool compared to what it was. 72 in the air, so it definitely did cool down quite a bit. Wait to see what's going to happen here, man. We are going to have a shootout here for sure. You know what that means, Steve? It's going to be all out or nothing for a lot of guys.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, you got to be where you're at and hope the caution. You know, if somebody gets ahead of Todd, you know they've got to be praying a caution comes out before the white flag.
So we'll look at the top 10 real quick. Todd Cray, Robert Barris, Caleb Thompson, Nevin Utsuru, Jay Felton, Thomas McBride, Brad Speidel, Justin Davidson, Kirk Sagert, and David Camara rounding out your top 10. And pretty much, I mean, it can still be anybody's race at this point. Todd Cray's been really strong, but all he needs is a little bit of contact up front, and you know, a couple of those guys go spinning off. I mean, you could still have 10th place come through for a win. So it ain't over just quite yet. He can't relax. He can't let his guard down. He's going to have to push that pedal down and pray that it sticks.
Yeah, a white flag wreck can send anybody from 23rd all the way up front.
That's amazing. And these guys have 14 laps on these tires, so this restart's going to be a little bit different. Might see guys spinning tires. You never know what's going to happen. We've seen that.
Yeah, these cars aren't as bad as the Cup cars because they don't have as much power, but you're still going to go wheel spin with 14 laps on those tires.
And look at that, a little bit of shadow coverage right here. All right, pace car is getting ready to go on in. We'll see if Todd Cray can hold these guys off and take the win here. He's got 119 laps led so far. Robert Barris on the outside with the 30 of Iwitsuru behind him is probably going to pray Iwitsuru will lock up with him and push like there's no tomorrow. And waiting on that green flag to drop. Green flag does drop, and they are gone. And we're already almost 3 wide way back there. 99 on the outside. Robert Barris trying everything he can to get up there on the outside. Cannot. And the 4 of Caleb Thompson is going to close that door on the inside. Wow, Caleb Thompson already on the inside trying to get as much as he can out of it. But it looks like Barris fighting back hard on the outside, man. But I think he's going to be stuck.
Yeah, he might even drop back to 4th now. Jay Felton's going to get around him. So we are on the 2 to go now.
And look at the 4 of Caleb Thompson. Look at the run that he is getting. Look at Jay Felton right behind him, too. Man, these guys are pushing hard. We're going to be coming to the white flag.
Oh, we got the 59 around. He is going to get no cautions out.
Oh, and that is going to end it.
And that's one of those cautions we didn't want to see. He wasn't even really all the way around, just lost the back end and caught it, and caution still comes out.
Yeah, it's a little bit of contact with the 68. Man, those guys do a great job not hitting them, too. All right, well, that's going to settle it there for Todd Cray. Todd Cray going to take home the win. Look at Caleb Thompson is going to take 2nd, and it puts, I believe, Robert Barris back in 3rd. Well, maybe not. Jay Felton now going to be up in 3rd, so Jay Felton going to get himself a finish here. Let's see where he started. Jay Felton started 15th. Caleb Thompson started 18th. And Todd Cray started 2nd. So Cray was pretty much out front for a good part of this race. He's got 122, 123 laps led this time by. So definitely going to get out of here with a dominating run and also with leading the most laps here. I believe they do get bonus points for that. So great finish for him. Watch him as he goes past the pace car and get ready to go do his burnout. See what the track temperature is. We've had 133 laps, only 4 lead changes. Todd Cray pretty much was out front all night. 77 degrees on the track, so it did cool off. That's so cool to see. And he is running the Clocks by Christopher paint scheme out here tonight, too. Clocks by Christopher is one of the sponsors here at Die Hard Racing League. Very good run here for him, man. Got that car looking pretty good, too. All right, we will give these guys a couple seconds to calm down and talk about what they're going to talk about, and then we will get them down here for interviews. We will start with Jay Felton. So let me see if I can get to Jay Felton's car if he didn't get off the track already. Here he goes. Let me see if I can find Mr. Jay Felton. He's in the sea of people here. Where is he?
I'm seeing him. He's kind of near the bottom half of the Xfinity series.
Ah, there we go. All right, Mr. Jay Felton. This is the SR booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy, Paul.
Hey, bud. You started 15th, and man, what a charge there at the end for 3rd. Not a bad run here, buddy, in that Tabasco Camaro that you got running tonight. First of all, how'd the car feel for you while you were out there on the track?
I just didn't feel like I could ever find it out here, Paul.
Yeah.
My car was tight, and I just didn't feel like I had speed in it, and my tire wear was just mediocre, you know. And I thought if this thing went on a long green run, I'd have a chance to get a top 5. I don't know how I finished 3rd, to be honest with you, because there were a lot better cars out there on that racetrack than mine.
Well, you look pretty good out there, man. I mean, there was a couple of parts where we could see you were fighting for position and hanging on pretty tight. We saw up here a lot of cloud coverage and then sun a couple acts better in the same turns. Could you tell that on the track? Could you feel that in the car?
I couldn't tell it, Paul. And as far as the way, I would say the car to me felt a little better towards the end of the race than it did in practice and the early part of the race. But I guess the setup just didn't suit me because I just never felt dialed in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the one thing we were talking about up here in the booth, and that's something that I like what iRacing did was, you know, switch it up a little bit, especially with the temperatures, because the temperatures did drop. It was 80-something degrees on the track when you started. I think it was just 77 or 71 towards the end here. So definitely a big change in temperature. And like you said, up here in the booth, we could see shadows covering the turns, and then a few laps later, the sun back out in the same turns, and we were just kind of wondering, you know, what that was really doing to the car. But all in all, though, man, you started 15th, you still got down here to a third place finish. Great run at the end, man. You got to be feeling at least pretty good about that.
I'm really happy. I mean, to get out of here with the top 5 with the car I brought to the track tonight, I'm ecstatic. I'm a little disappointed that I just couldn't find it, you know. But as far as where I finished, I mean, it's just about a miracle.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, they're off next week. As much as I hate to say it, it's Christmas already, man. It seemed like, you know, Christmas was so far away, and here we are, man. It's right at our door. But then they'll be back on the 30th at Auto Club. Have you had much time in these cars at Auto Club? You feel pretty good about hitting Auto Club?
I just didn't get an opportunity to do any work this week. I had something going on family-wise, and so now I've got 2 weeks to prepare, so I got no excuses next time.
Yeah, we better see that car up here in the podium or up in the checkers, man. But good run for you today, man. Good to see you keep it clean. The car looks good, and big move, man, from 15th to 3rd. So take that with you on the off week, man. Get some time in and get back out here.
Hey, thank you very much, Paul.
All right. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go celebrate?
Yes, I want to thank our sponsor, American Hero Hunt. I want to thank those guys for supporting this league and helping us out. Clocks by Christopher, and really appreciate what they do for the league. I want to send my condolences out to David Cater's family. David, we have lost somebody very special in our community, and we're all aware of it, and we all know it. And it's just a tough time for iRacing right now with the loss of David Cater.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Really sad young guy too, man, you know, so it's really sad. And then on top of the holidays, so that don't really help. But yeah, we definitely send our condolences out to his family and close friends. So with that, man, we'll let you go get out of here, and we'll move on, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Auto Club.
Paul, thanks for these broadcasts. I really enjoy them. Thank you so much.
No problem, bro. Have a good night, buddy.
Goodbye.
All right, that was 3rd place. Let's go to 2nd place, Caleb Thompson. Let's get Caleb down here. All right, Caleb, SR Booth, you got a copy?
Sure do.
Hey, man, not a bad run for you tonight, man. 18th to 2nd. Looked like you were pretty strong all night. Once you got up there in the about the top 5, you just kind of stayed there all night. How was the car feeling for you?
It felt pretty good, I think. It tightened up a lot there during the end there, but you get those moments of dark track where you felt like you had a lot more grip, and you really had to have the inside there at the end, and that's really what did it for me. The outside was just terrible on the restarts. You couldn't get anything going, and the inside guy would get past you.
Yeah, we saw the start before, not the last start, but the one right before that. We saw you up on the outside line. I believe you were behind, maybe it was Robert Barris, and looked like you were trying to push both of you guys up there to the front, man, but that outside line just wasn't going to allow it. But I'll tell you what, man, that was definitely a great race. You got yourself up into the front. We seen you up there challenging and pretty much stayed up there all night. That last restart too, man, was I don't know how people survived through that, but that was just crazy though, man. But not a bad finish, man, to come out of here 2nd.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have Todd there. If we went green, I would at least had his bumper, but I don't know if I would have got anything out of it. But too bad that caution came out, because I think I could have at least challenged for it, you know.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see it come out on the white flag instead, because we were talking about that up there. But you did mention, and like we were just talking to Jay, and I even said you could see the sun in the turns, and then a few laps later you could see the shade in the turns. And were you able to feel the difference, or did it just happen so fast you really didn't like pay much attention to it?
No, I think it makes a lot of difference, really. I mean, I guess you don't really notice it lap to lap, but it really does make a difference. You can drive it a lot harder on those cold laps, it seems like.
Yeah, we started, I believe, at like 88 degrees on the track, and then right here at the very end, I think we were down to about 71 degrees on the track. So I think that's really cool what iRacing did, bringing that in, and you know, actually feeling it in the car. It really puts you on your toes, and it's good to see some guys, you know, start off fast and start falling back, and some guys that aren't so good start off and work their way up. Man, it's just a whole new dynamic to this, but dude, from 18th to 2nd, that's a big jump. The car looks really good out there too, man. Looked like you were able to avoid some of the carnage that happened, and got yourself a great finish.
Yeah, it was a great race. Feel bad for some of the guys that got crashed up, but it seems like my car came out a little unscathed. I got one little dent there in the left rear, it looks like.
Yeah, not too bad though, man. But next week everybody's off for Christmas, and then they'll be back on the 30th, and we'll be at Auto Club. How you feel about going to Auto Club? Think you can back it up?
Auto Club, yeah, I think I can. I'm hoping to walk out of there with top 5. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
I'm real happy with the 2nd place finish, though.
Yeah, definitely, man. Great race tonight too, man. It's nice to see a bunch of cars out on the track. And before we let you get out of here, is anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank American Hero Hunt for sponsoring our series. They've been keep coming back, so it's great for us, and you guys for broadcasting, and Seth for just continuous league. It's been a blast since I've been here, so just hope it continues.
All right, man. Well, listen, congratulations on the 18th to 2nd by the end of this race. Got a clean car. Enjoy your week off, and we'll see you back at Auto Club. See if you can back it up over there, man.
All right, Paul. See you then.
All righty. All right, that was 2nd place, Caleb Thompson. Now we are going to get a word in with our winner. Let me get to our winner here first. All right, Mr. Todd Gray, this is the SR booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got you guys.
Hey, man, a great run here for you tonight. Dominating run, man. 123 laps led. We seen you pretty much up in the front all night. Got to be really excited about coming out of here with that win. We seen some really hard challenges going on. There was one spot where I think it was Robert Barris got up in the lead, and you were able to get back in front of him, man. Walk us through your race here tonight.
Yeah, man. First, I'd like to dedicate that win to David Cater. I'd like to send condolences to his family and friends from myself and the whole DIEHARD Racing League. We're really sorry about that. On a better note, yeah, man, awesome race. I mean, wasn't able to do it the easy way there at the end. I'll tell you, we cleared Robert a couple times, and you never want to give Robert Barris that many shots at you. And so we just had to hit our shifts, and you know, we're watching some guys behind us, and Caleb came up there and made a real strong run on that last one. I really wasn't expecting. So, man, what an awesome race. It's a race I needed, you know, after some weeks of getting bounced around and having some tough times here. So we really needed that win.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, 123 laps led, man. That's definitely a good run here tonight. You got the car pretty clean, too. We seen at the end there, too, like you said, Caleb Thompson closing in, and that yellow came out. I don't know, man. It definitely would have been an interesting finish. You definitely deserve the win with all those laps led, no doubt about it, with a fast car out there. Could you feel the difference when in the track when the sun was out and then when the shade was out, or, not really enough to, make you really think about it?
Honestly, as the race, it seemed like as the tires wore down, man, my car was just turning really well. No matter where the sun or the clouds were or anything, it was just one of those days that, everything just felt great. So didn't feel too much. Again, just trying to keep the tires underneath of us, hit our marks, not make any big mistakes on pit road, which I've done in the past. Just a real clean race, and it's a lot better race from up front for sure. But it doesn't always happen like that. But my hats off to all the guys. I mean, everybody ran me clean, and it was just a fun race, and I really needed it.
Yeah, and it looks good too, man. Clocks by Christopher, number 21 Chevy out there, sitting in victory lane, man. Congratulations on it. 123 laps led. Definitely a great run for you tonight. And next week is off. 2 weeks we'll be back at Auto Club. What's your thoughts on Auto Club? You pretty good there, or one of them tracks maybe just kind of go out and see what you can get?
Yeah, actually, I came in just kind of wung it tonight. To be honest with you, didn't do too much testing. Just knew pretty much about 40 laps on the tires, and just came out, let it hang out, and that's going to be the plan from now on, and to get up front here and just run hard and be smart, and hope for some more good finishes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, got a great finish here tonight. You take home the win, 123 laps led. You started second, so you were pretty fast on the start. And we'll see what you can do in 2 weeks. Anybody else you want to shout out to before we let you go celebrate?
Well, yeah, just all the guys at DieHARD Racing League, the American Hero Hunt for putting the show on. The SR Broadcasting, always an awesome show when you guys put it on. I'd like to thank my teammates from TikTok Motorsports, Patrick especially, and Dave for helping me on some technical issues I was having today. So thanks to those guys and some great teammates. Clocks by Christopher for taking on the full-time sponsorship here. It's a great team, and we're going to keep working hard. And I think that's about all I got to say tonight, fellas.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win, man. Great run, 123 laps led from a second-place start. And we'll see what you got in 2 weeks, man. Celebrate Christmas, and we'll see you in 2 weeks back at Auto Club.
Yep. Merry Christmas, everybody. Woo!
All right. All right, that was our winner. And you hear him, man. He's excited. Number 21, Todd Gray, 123 laps led, man. Got a great run out of him, Steve.
Yeah, definitely. He was definitely the class of the field, as everybody was aiming to beat him.
Yeah, not a bad run here tonight too, man. We had 4 lead changes, which I'm surprised because that's really low. Usually we see a little bit more than just 4 lead changes. And the track temperature right now is 74 degrees. I believe when we started it was 88, if I remember correctly. Don't count me on it because I ain't that great. But a big difference, man. I enjoyed watching the racing. I enjoy watching the shadows and the sun on the tracks. And I know even when I'm out there running, it's so cool to drive through that and feel that in the car. That's why I kept asking everybody if they feel it, because I know I feel it when I'm out there. I don't know if it's just because I pay attention to it or not, but man, not a bad race here tonight. Remember, these guys will be off next week for Christmas, and we'll be back here on the 30th at Auto Club. We want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. We also send our condolences out to the family of David Cater and all his close friends. It kind of sucks during the holidays to lose somebody. So our thoughts are with you there. The rest of everybody else, hopefully you have a good Christmas. Spend some time with your family and your close friends, and enjoy it while you can, because life is short. You never know. We were just talking about that, me and Steve, before the broadcast started. So you just never know, but make the best of it. Anyhow, we'll run over the results and we'll pack it up and we'll get out of here. So you got Todd Crane at number 21 with 123 laps led, who started second, takes home your win tonight. Caleb Thompson with a hard charge at the end will finish second. Jay Felton with a third place finish. Robert Barris will finish fourth. Brad Spidel will finish fifth. Thomas McBride finishes sixth. Seventh is Nevin Iwasuru. Justin Davidson will finish eighth. Kurt Sagert finishes ninth. David Camara finishes 10th.
Cody Franklin will finish 11th tonight. Joshua Jones in 12th. Ron Hollifield battles all night long for that 13th place. James Brown, your pole sitter tonight, will fall back to 14th. Paul Williams II will finish 15th. Douglas Hess in 16th. Jason Mullis, who we saw battle up front for most of the night, finishes 17th. Bruce Pearson, last week's Talladega winner, finishes 18th. Kenneth Saggart will finish 19th, and Seth Schultz will finish 20th.
21st will be Adam Matz Adam Lewis finishes 22nd. Art Peck will take home 23rd. David Moyer will finish 24th. Jose Tellez will finish 25th. I got a tie here for 25th. I believe 26th is Josh Stewart. Robert Dudley will finish 27th. 28th, Rusty Farrell. 29th, Mike Majors. 30 will be Patrick DeSolner. And 31 will be Curtis Martin. Curtis Martin should be up here in the booth instead of down on the track. So I think he might do a little bit better. I got to get that in there. And Wingnut, hopefully everything's okay with him. Normally Wingnut's, very reliable, shows up for all the broadcasts and all the races. So I don't know if he just slept through it, or I know he had a problem with internet a while back where he lost his internet for a week. So I'm trying to get in touch with him now and find out what happened. But hopefully he'll be back here with us in 2 weeks when we're back here at Auto Club. Steve, I appreciate you being here again, man. It's always fun having somebody here in the booth with you, man. And we'll keep on doing this, dude.
Yeah, it's been fun being up here, man.
All right, everybody, from SR Broadcasting, Merry Christmas and be safe. Come back, and we'll see you December 30th right here at 8:20 at Auto Club with Die Hard Racing League. And until then, have a good night, everyone.